It's actually, in terms of spectator following, probably the second most popular sport in the world after soccer. It's got a huge following in the Indian subcontinent, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and that's where a lot of our players come from as international students. It's got a long history. It comes from the same roots as baseball. In other words, you've got a ball being thrown and hit with a stick, a wooden object, a bat of some sort. And just like in baseball, there's runs and there's outs, but the games have diverged a lot over the years. So it's a little hard to explain in detail. It's like if you're explaining baseball to somebody who've never seen it from the first time, it's quite a complicated game. But essentially, what we're trying to do, the bowler bowls the ball, the batsman's trying to hit it as far as they can without getting out, and they're trying to score as many runs as they can. So again, very similar to baseball. Big difference from baseball is the way that the ball's bowled. In baseball, it's essentially thrown with a bent arm. In cricket, it has to be a straight arm, so it's more a bowling motion. And for batting, you don't have to run if you hit it. It's an optional. You choose whether you can be safe or not, and you can hit it in any direction and score runs rather than just in that angle between first base and third base. There's a whole variety of different forms of the game. So what's considered to be the highest level of the game is Test cricket, and there's a test going on right now I'm following between England and Australia, and that is played over 5 days, 6 hours a day for 5 days, but that's only at the highest level. Locally, we play a very abbreviated form of the game, which is called 2020. And our games are done in 3 to 3.5 hours on a regular basis. And so that basically, you're limiting the number of balls, the number of pitches essentially that each team faces. So in that format of the game, each team receives 120 pitches, balls, and they see how many runs they can score from that. So that's done in 3.5 hours. And then there's intermediate forms which are slightly longer, would be a full day. But very few people play that extended version of cricket anywhere in Canada, and not really below the professional level. Recreational is nearly all this 3.5 or 1 day cricket. What's happened is that, particularly in St John's, but also across Newfoundland, that we've become a much more diverse society. And so we're seeing this strong group of immigrants who come from cricket-playing countries, and they want to bring their culture with them. When their culture can be their food, it can be their arts, but it's also their sports. And so there's a large group. We've grown from maybe 30 or 40 to over 230 in the last few years. And they want to play cricket, and so that's the reason that we're there. But we also think that it's a sport that people who don't come from that culture can enjoy. And so we would like people to come and try it out and have a go. We've been in a number of schools and the kids love it. Because again, it's a game where you don't necessarily have to be good to get satisfaction out of it. It's a game which allows even the very athletic kids, but even the ones which aren't naturally athletic, to get a lot of fun out of the game. And so to see it here and growing, and the people getting pleasure out of it, it's been tremendous. And we've had great support from the community. The City of St John's has been great. Harbour Grace have been fantastic in helping us in getting this event involved. The provincial government has helped us out as well, and we feel that although it's a sport which seems strange to a lot of Newfoundlanders, even though it is part of the history, it's been very much accepted as part of the Newfoundland sport culture, and that's been fantastic.